Novo lit that shit bang.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment, and we're gonna be having a little bit of a fun one. So, as some of you know, I covered the situation with George Floyd Gaming being banned, the original George Floyd Gaming. I found an imposter account, which I originally thought was associated with the original George Floyd Gaming, and it turns out that that was incorrect. I did update it. But, you know, my opinion was, you know, you're doing the same type of content, probably should be banned, just based on YouTube's rules. But I'm not going to go there and report your videos or anything like that, because I think it's kind of cute. But the original creator of George Floyd Gaming reached out to me. I guess I don't know why. I think maybe because they don't really like the imposter account very much. But they sent me this message. I figured, okay, well, let me have a chat with the person. And I said I would go ahead and interview them a little bit. I asked them some basic questions, and we're going to be going over that chat today. So if you like the content on this channel, drop a like on this video or dislike Mr. Donuts and your wonderful crew. Because it's engagement, and I do appreciate it, and drop all the comments that you want. And then consider subscribing to the channel. You know, we're giving away 3 copies of Cyberpunk 2077 to our audience. Winners will be announced January 1st if we can hit 1,200 subscribers. Anyways, let's jump into it. So, I can confirm that I am in no way associated with the Too Many Donuts guy. I said appreciate it. I had to ask, what was the point of the channel? Mainly just for fun and to see how much it grew. I never thought I'd even pass 1K when I started. People are saying I was making money off it, but that's total bullshit. Yeah, I said, you know, you can't monetize without the view time. And I don't think I ever saw you attempting to get donations anywhere, so that's fair. You know, I think that is fair because I don't know how this account person was like monetizing the videos. You have to have the view time on YouTube. They're going to mention that a couple times. I really don't think that was what was pissing people off. And I bring that up later. I just assumed you were trying to pull off some massive troll on people. And they said, yeah, I only had around 600 hours. And yeah, so I mean, they admit to it just being a massive troll with the George Floyd Gaming. Yeah, I was just trying to do something original. I was out with friends at the time. I decided to make the channel. We're all pretty baked. And, well, I mean, that explains a lot here. And someone said something about all the George Floyd riots and shit in the US. And then for some reason, one of us said George Floyd Gaming. We were laughing for like 10 minutes about it, even though it wasn't that funny. Because you were baked. Then I decided if it was funny to them, then it would be hilarious to the average right-wing American, which make up a lot of the population there. And said, surely enough, it started to gain traction after the first video, which had around 1.8 thousand views at the time I took it down. I then got better face cam software and made another video, the infamous body cam reaction video. This kind of blew up, and I started getting more and more subs each day. I posted a few more videos, which did okay to start with. I then got a community strike, and it was about 2 days after this that everything blew up. On my best day of that week, I got 4K subs in a day and 85,000 views in 2 days. Which, honestly, that does explain all these imposter accounts popping up, like the Donuts guy. Because, you know, it's easy content to make, and you're just going to attract that type of audience. But, you know, based on this, it sounds like the whole purpose of the George Floyd game was just like some dudes got baked. They thought it would be funny. You know, he thought it was an original idea. My personal opinion, I think it was way too over the line. But in the sense of it being offensive comedy, I guess I can understand that. Now, I still think that's you can't have that type of channel on YouTube, unfortunately. But, you know, we get into that a little bit later. Got terminated almost exactly a week after the first strike, and I didn't get a chance to even upload the video I had planned. So yeah, that's how the channel came to be, and if you're interested. I'll probably save this to my notes for the next time someone asks me. And I said, I mean, to be fair, some of the channels I saw did say they thought it was funny, but it seemed like after that, they thought the idea went too far, especially in light of everything going on here. Sounds like you were trying to do some offensive comedy, but did have two questions if you don't mind me asking. One, did you understand how YouTube would view the content and expect to get banned? I see you have a BitChute account now, and think they're cool with that sort of thing there, so will you keep uploading to BitChute? And so, they'll answer everything at once. I said, two, do you understand why people are upset with the content, or do you think people are overreacting to it? Yeah. So honestly, if BitChute is okay with the content and you have an audience for it there, then it is probably the best place for you. For now, the goal seems to be to keep making channels on YouTube with the hopes that they'll join BitChute for more before the channel is banned. Is that correct? Now, look, BitChute doesn't have an issue with content like that. I mean, if I can classify this as being offensive comedy, to me, again, it's not my type of thing, right? And comedy is subjective, but at the end of the day, there's certain things like called minstrel shows that used to take place here, way back. We're talking like 30s and everything, in which white people would basically wear blackface and they would just mock black people. And this really gives me that same type of vibe. Look, that's my take on it. If people aren't going to agree, I'm perfectly fine with that. To me, I don't like it. But comedy is subjective. Like I said, I do think it got really racist. And as far as people wanting to do it, man, people are into some weird shit. What do you want me to say? If it's okay on BitChute, then they should have their channel on BitChute. But based on YouTube's rules, like not even like all the updated rules that they put out in the past year, but just in general, this was something that was never going to be okay on YouTube. So I understand why it was banned. I kind of think it should be banned from YouTube. And other people doing the exact same shit. I kind of feel like they deserve the ban hammer too. But yeah, it's my opinion. I ain't going to enforce anything. If YouTube wants to keep the content, they can keep the content. Yeah, just trying to get as much of the traffic from that search over to my alternative socials like Telegram and BitChute rather than Discord and YouTube. It's also best to try and get all that whilst this thing is still popular. As to be frank, I disagree it was all about the money. Regardless of what people think of George Floyd, it did have a terrible impact on this country, and a lot of people are still upset by it. But if your goal is offensive comedy, then by definition, it'll offend people, which I think that's as fair of a take as you can get. As far as this other account goes, did you ever speak with that group, or was it pretty much that they saw your channel boom and decided to jump onto the train as well? And they put here, so this is kind of something I think is just a shitty thing to do. I asked them to credit the guy who made the intro on Discord, Bissell ABX, and they also messaged me asking if I knew anything about their server getting deleted the other day. Yeah, and these are all the George Floyd gaming channels popping up. They sent me a video of it. So it's you just have a bunch of copycats. So, unoriginal, but what are you going to do? So was the intro made for you originally? Because, look, this is what confused me about that Donuts account, was they were using the exact same intro. And I guess they just stole it, and they're not giving credit to the person who made it. Which, I mean, obviously they're terrible people, so I shouldn't expect them to actually give credit to the person who made the intro. But, yeah, I mean, it's just another shitty thing that they do. Beyond, raiding people's Discord servers, spamming people's channels, what's a little content theft? Yeah, it was made by this guy who was in my Discord server. It was made for me. There was a TikTok which used my BO2 video with the watermark in the bottom right corner cropped out. It got over 1 million views and 200K dislikes, and they didn't even credit me. So you can tell the guy's salty about that. So far, I haven't seen the Donuts account credit anyone for the intro, but we'll review again. Unfortunately, you can't do much about the dupes popping up and stealing the work without a flag. Unsure how TikTok handles that or if it's even worth it at this point. And they put, yeah, it's annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it. Any thoughts on these other channels and those stealing the content made for your channel without providing credit? This is just me asking these general questions, right? I think it's just a dick move. In particular, the channels that made exact copies of mine or use crop face cam off my videos and paste over theirs. I think, yeah. I think they are incapable of thinking for themselves and coming up with an original idea. Well, I think that's a shot at the Donuts guy. But given that their last three videos were basically just re-uploading my videos and then cropping out the background with whatever bullshit, or in one case, I guess their 300 sub special, beautiful by the way, was just my video with a couple of text walls put in. Quality content. I will say so myself. As I stated on an interview last night, I'm fine with people copying my style for different channels, and I've seen a few examples of this over the few days, such as Brenton Tarrant Gaming, Epstein Gaming, and Hunter Biden Gaming, which I admit that is pretty funny. Here's an example of my face cam being cropped. You can see the light from the original video if you look close enough. I said, yeah, Epstein Gaming sounds hilarious. It does. I said, I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, Brenton Tarrant Gaming is even better. It's a drama alert style channel. I don't have any other questions, really. Are you all right with me sharing your convo? I'll provide the whole thing in full context, and then just, if they have any final words. So this one right over here. If you do watch, I'd recommend turning the volume down at the start, which he was right about that. Yeah, it's all good, and my final words are just that it's low quality and or Fortnite. It isn't me. Don't fall for the fakes because you're giving them exactly what they want. So, I will issue an apology to the Donuts account because obviously you're not associated with the original George Floyd Gaming. You're essentially just a content thief, with the intro. You're unoriginal, and you're just writing a trend right now. So do what you want, and I hope you enjoyed this special outro from your many fans.
Novo lit that shit bang. Novo lit that shit bang.